This ain't no joke, this ain't no game. This that CSZ game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55 was goody. Kill the vibe, how could he? Big Cardinal on the hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast. All the shows spread fake news. We just call it podcast. West Joey, Sam, Shawn, Dalton. And you know that boy hit you. He said he on small fry. Tell him they better make him bang. Yeah, you already know what we be on.
You bet. Tourney. Here he goes. This place is gone.
If we said it instead of the song, shouldn't have seen. Set up your phone. You in the Cardinal Sports Zone.
Straight steal home. The slide. The Cards win.
The magic is working tonight. How do you know when things are...
The emotional journey to the championship.
Okay. Let me figure out how to turn it off. Now I know better. I'm going to turn it off. Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's edition of the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Wyman. We are coming to you live from the Rally House Studios. Here are my co-hosts for the evening. First off, it is the big little brother, Joe Wyman.
Acknowledge me.
Thank God there's only one person here. Sam, I'm so disappointed in you. Second straight week, you're not here. I'm not going to tell all of his. I want to tell all of his business, but I'm not going to.
I don't see nothing wrong.
Second, look, he's like one of those shopping apps. You just schedule him for a time slot, and he's there. It's that easy, and so is he. Speaking of the complete opposite, we also welcome on to co-host the show tonight a guy who is very, very proud to be celibate, but wishes he wasn't. It's our guy, Shawn Barber. Shawn, what's good, man?
How's it going?
Hey, don't forget the Mossy Oak chat line is open. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or however, send us your questions on social. Check out the graphic to see how you can follow the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast on social media. Let me get that ticker. Why didn't y'all remind me to take the ticker off, too? There you go. Where was I at? Social media, right? This has been a mess. I'll know for next time, though. There you go. Check on the graphic to see how you can follow the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast on social media and to how to help support monetarily. We've also got the options of YouTube subscriptions and the chat gifts. Hit that thumbs up button while you're watching here on YouTube. Make sure that you are watching if you can on YouTube. It'll help us out more. And shout out to our great sponsors, Fitness Market, Four Pegs, the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters, Cherry Pick and Shoot 360, Mossy Oak Planet Fitness, Rally House. Speaking of Mossy Oak, let's get back to the chat line. We got Red State going with the Cards chant. Our friend Allie Jack. It's been a while. What's up, Allie? Louisville Cardinals blessing us. What's up? Go Cards for sure. Tony says it's 55 time. What's up, guys? That's the only time that I tell right now. It's 55 time. But we're going to have a good show for you tonight. We're still waiting on Sam. So I imagine he'll probably show up in the chat line before he shows up to the show like he did last week. But, oh, yeah, I'm going to call you out. If you ain't here, you're getting the call out.
Yeah.
Yeet. Episode 250, guys. Already we're at 250. Hoping for many, many more to go.
I feel like it was just last week we were at 249.
Yeah, very fair. Very fair. We're going to go first off with the breakdown of the Syracuse game in segment 1. Just warning you all, I don't have a segment 3 right now because Sam's not here to do his segment, but we'll make it happen. The Cards dominated the Orange from wire to wire versus Syracuse at the Carrier Dome Tuesday night. The Cards blew out Syracuse 85-61. Javon Hadley had another double-double with 13 points, 10 rebounds. James Scott added 10 points, 8 rebounds with about 5 alley-oops because that's what he do. Rain Smith had 10 points with 3 more made threes. Edwards added 16 points to continue his supporting role. And Chucky was MVP with 26 points, 7 assists, and 7 made threes himself. Our normal ailment was non-existent as the Cards went a perfect 11 for 11 from the stripe. Louisville shot 50% from the field, 43% from the three, continuing their hot pattern from the 3-point line. Big rematch versus Virginia Saturday at noon on ESPN2. Shawn, what were your takeaways from the game versus the Orange people?
That Chucky Hepburn, we go as Chucky Hepburn goes. That and the growth of James Scott. James Scott's growth as a player, and especially on the defensive end, has really, I think, contributed to this team's current streak.
Joey?
I don't necessarily agree with Shawn as far as we go as Chucky Hepburn goes, because there's other guys that have stepped up throughout the season. I mean, Hadley just had 30 points, close to it at least. A couple games ago, Edwards has had a game like that. Rain Smith's had a game like that. We've got guys that can do that, but I just think it looked real easy. I mean, it was a 24-point win. I feel like if we had really tried to put our foot on their throat, we could have easily won that game by 40. But like I was telling you guys beforehand, what we've asked of any sports team is to see improvement week after, game after game, week after week. And you can see that every game. Things that they may have been a little shaky on or a little confusion on the game before, the next game you're like, oh, well, you can tell that they worked on that. So just impressed on how easy the game looked, how much of a flow. It never really had that prototypical cardiac card type of feel to it, which is nice every once in a while. To just watch a game and not have that little bit of uneasiness in your stomach, are we gonna keep this lead? So they're really coming along. They're obviously very well coached.
The coaching, that's something
huge. The team is buying in to what they're selling, and it's working. But you've got Connie Roos. Is that how you spell his name?
Kanai.
Kanai. I always say Connie. Kanai Roos.
All the names.
I do. Most of them on purpose. It's just fun.
Sure.
Kanai Roos is coming along very well. He's getting more minutes, and he's being more productive in those minutes, knowing where he's supposed to be, making the right plays. Frank coming in, giving some valuable minutes, not necessarily filling up the stat sheet, but giving rest to either guys that are getting in foul trouble or just need a few minutes off the court to catch their breath. So, all in all, man, this is fun to watch, and it just makes you feel like inside there's something. Now, look, I'm not saying national championship, or am I? But you feel like there's something special about this team. I was telling you guys before, with Chucky and Rain in particular, wishing that, you had them for more than one season, but even with just the 18 games they've played in, they're already Louisville legends. They've already cemented their legacy in University of Louisville basketball lore.
Yeah, it's hard to, and I don't want to be, well, this is one of the best so many teams of all time, because that's just stupid. But it's hard for me to remember, and people use the Mossy Oak chat line if you can help me out. Have we ever had a team where 4 different guys could go for 20?
I don't think so. Maybe
3. Maybe Francisco, Larry, and Taekwon. There was probably more people on that 2005. I mean, Ellis probably could have went for 20 if you wanted, but these guys are shooters. They, you got Rain, you got Javon, you got Fat, and you got Chucky that can be your leader. And if one of them, the best part about it is if one of them does kind of have an off night, somebody else does step up. Most of the times, multiple people step up. So I'm not going to do the whole, this maybe. I mean, it could be. When it's all said and done, it could be one of the best 25 teams we've ever had. But it's just hard for me. I think if we had an inside presence, like an Ellis Miles or a Samaki Walker or even a Terrence Jennings or Smarto Samuels.
We got Boubacar Traore.
No, I mean, no, I'm not taking anything away from James Scott because he is an alley-oop machine. He is. Who did we compare him to the other show? Was it Willie Cauley-Stein?
Yes.
I would call him Randy Moss. Just throw the ball up there, he'll catch it.
He tried to kill somebody the other night.
Who, Randy did?
No, Booby.
Oh, but yeah.
He almost got it. Let's see what we got going on in the chat line right now. Chucky was on. What's up, fellas? From TJ, Tony Bowman says the adjustments they make throughout the game and the focus, they look like they are locked in. Frank hit some free throws and got a rebound. Good minutes.
Yep.
With Noah having foul trouble since his injury, Big Frank has been a plus for sure. Joey described him earlier as a, somebody that can come in when there's foul trouble, take a couple fouls, get the pressure off our big guys, a complimentary piece. And he is just that. Brandon says the most complete team I can remember. I will not go that far because we don't have the bigs for that to be true.
I will.
We have the backcourt for that to be true, but we don't have the bigs for that.
James Scott
is in the paint a lot.
Well, what they did is
Chucky is, Terrence is. That's not.
They got Javon Hadley as our post player almost. He's become the post guy, and then they got James Scott offensively. It's like, you stay on the baseline and wait for alley-oops. We'll drive, and we'll kick, or we're going to give it to you.
So for me, complete team, and that's a great point, Shawn. But for me, that means stars at all 5 positions, and we don't have stars at all 5 positions. The 4 and the 5 were now when Javon slides over to the 4. It changes that position a little bit, but it's nothing like having Earl Clark and Derek Character down low, or Samardo and Terrence, or Ellis Miles and any Otis George or anybody. So I won't say most complete team. I'm not going to try to change your mind on it, obviously, Brandon, but I do see where you're coming from. Atlanta in the house says Walter. Don't forget the minutes with fat spelling. Okay.
Giving Hepburn
playing point guard. He moved over to point guard,
and that was better. That was better because before, like I told you guys, it made me a little nervous when Chucky had to come out of the game, because when Fat is the primary ball handler, he gets a little slippery, is what I like to call it. He gets a little fast. I think
messy.
Yeah, without the ball, he doesn't have to make the decisions. He doesn't have to be the quarterback. When he has to slide to the quarterback, he gets happy feet.
Yeah.
In Red State, to your point, Hadley can get. I just said that Hadley and the other guards can get it done inside too, but you could not put Javon Hadley in the middle against a guy like Samardo Samuels, or like what was Derek Coleman, or any true 5. Hadley would not be able to mess with them. Yeah, Dikembe, a 5, a typical 5, a natural 5.
There's not many of those left though anymore. That right there, I agree with Tony Bowman.
Yeah,
one of the scrappiest teams, absolutely. No, I mean, I'm not saying 5 stars at every position, but you've got to have a true. We don't have a true 5. We don't have a true 4. We really do have, other than Noah, Kaysen, and Frank, it's a bunch of guards. Yeah, for sure, Red State. But and Traore, he does for the 2 minutes he plays every game. But that doesn't mean that it's a complete team, unless you're talking about it's a complete team for 2 minutes. Yeah, like all the big any 5. Like, what was the dude? Was it Syracuse or no? Who do we? No, it was Syracuse. One that had the big bully dude that was playing down low.
Yeah.
They had one, of course. Virginia had that Jack Salt guy.
Yeah,
I mean, he was probably 6'7", 280. He was a big dude.
Looked like he was straight out of Compton.
Kind of like
crazy mother.
Kind of like a Eric Dampier type build.
For sure. This team is gelled and looks like they're having fun. Absolutely, and that's what we said. Just let them gel. Give them some time.
No fear. What's that?
Zero. Miedo.
Don't copyright us, WWE.
No, please don't.
No,
Please.
that's just the Spanish language.
There you go.
So first off, what I want to talk about, we're going to go into the basketball facts. I want to talk about the crowd. What's it called, Shawn? The fan stake.
Yeah.
So for Garden Adamant, who is a person that if you listen to the show last week and the week before, we told you Louisville is still heavily in the mix, throwing the whole house, the kitchen sink, the bathroom, the turds in the bottom of the toilet, all of it, throwing them at Adamant. They've got a fan stake thing. So basically, Shawn, explain to them what fan stake is.
Basically, it's the opportunity for fans to donate money directly to a player. So it's not like with the 502 Circle, you donate the money to the Circle and then they divvy it out to wherever they or the coaches want to go. But in this case, it's straight. It goes straight to the player. Now, the key thing is the player doesn't get the money if he doesn't choose that school. So what's happened is
all the money gets refunded back to the people. That,
all the money gets
If
refunded.
I donated $500 and the kid doesn't come to Louisville, I'm going to get a refund.
Yes.
Well, that's really cool. Right now, as of before the show, BYU was in 6th place with $1,100. Georgetown was in 5th place with $1,200. Texas doubling them up at $2,400. Alabama at 3rd with $4,225. Duke at 2nd at $4,235, a mere $10 difference. And in the lead right now with $27,241, more than all the other teams combined, is the University of Louisville. Now, is this going to make a difference, or does this just going to get fans' hopes up for no reason? We don't know. $27,000, that's a nice little chunk, a nice little down payment to start your education and your semi-pro career in college.
That could be in addition to any NIL money from like the 502 Circle.
Yeah, that's a nice little bonus to be like, hey, let your girlfriend have this, and you go ahead and come to Louisville, or come to Louisville and find your girlfriend and give it to her. It really don't matter. So I thought that was something interesting basketball-wise that I saw. Something else, looking at our remaining schedule, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 games left. And guess what? We're favored to win 12 of the 13, with the lone game that we're not favored in coming this Tuesday.
Smooth.
Is it at?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Are we at Smooth? Yeah, at the Smoosters. Which with the way they've been playing lately, I'm not so sure. I don't know. Do I expect us to win 11 or 12 out of 13? No, I don't, because there's always slip-ups that happen. There's always things. But it's hard to look at this schedule knowing who we've already beat and not saying 11-2. Like, I think that's even 10-3 I'd be okay with down the stretch. So I thought that was pretty cool, pretty interesting there. Both basketball teams are on a 7-game winning streak right now, so congratulations. Let's go for 8 this weekend. Great hire of Pat Kelsey, should be a Coach of the Year nominee. Our 16th choice is panning out pretty well. Shawn, Joey, we're going to play an impromptu game. I'm going to pull the notes up because, yes, I have written them down. How many of the 16 choices can you name?
Oh,
don't name them. How many can you name? We're playing Name That Tune. This is a bidding war.
I done forgot about most of them. So
Yeah.
like 3.
Okay, so Joey can name 3. Can you name 4, Shawn?
I don't think I can name 4.
All right, they are. Y'all just pissed that one straight there. Scott,
you know better than to ask me.
Scott Drew,
Yep.
Dusty May,
Yep.
Chris Beard,
Yep.
Sharts,
Oh,
Nope,
yeah.
forgot
yeah,
his
sure,
name.
yeah.
Rick Pitino Jr.,
That was my 4.
Will Wade,
Yeah.
Mick Cronin, Nate Oates, Jerome Tang, Eric Musselman, Shaheen Holloway, Shaka Smart, Billy Donovan, Jay Wright, and Pat Kelsey at number 16. So, now whether those were all legit, we don't know. All I know is that those were the names that were circulating, whether it was by media or fans.
Yep.
Let's see. This team is jail. What up? What up? This is like the 96 team with wheat. I can, Dalton says Joey grow a mullet.
Dalton just grow.
You step into the batter's box, we get ready to get
No,
hit.
I don't do mullets. This is as much hair as you'll see on top of my head.
Is that a guy PK is going to implement at the 5? I don't see a 6'10", 280-pound guy. I see a thinner floor. Is who a guy?
No, he's saying the type of player.
Oh, yeah.
He thinks that Kelsey doesn't want a big, even though you got Khalifa who is like 7 foot. So
Babu. Yeah, we're over 27,000. It's over 6 times more than the second place team. It's too late for math, Babu. Alley Jack Wheat was a bad boy. That team. So you're talking about Wheat,
Marcus,
J.O., Alvin Sim. Marcus wasn't on that team. Wheat,
oh, not 98.
J.O.,
Mhm.
Alvin Sims,
Mhm.
B.J. Flynn,
Oh, yeah.
Tick.
Brian Kaiser.
I'm not sure about the rest of the roster,
I
but
think
yeah,
Brian
maybe
was-
so.
We had some shooters on that team.
Yeah.
They were up there. Where's Higgy? Probably at a Whataburger. Brandon wants to add we were killing it for a mint. Allie says got us to a final 8. Sprained ankle stopped that run. Well, that and some backstage
Dude,
shenanigans.
I'll never forget that baseline, like Jordan type
against
faded
Texas.
over dunk by Alvin Sims
Against
Oh my
Texas
God,
in the tournament when he grabbed the backboard with his right hand and dunked with his left hand.
That was the game that I think DeJuan got hurt in.
Man, we had some battles with
Could've
Texas
been.
in the tournament.
Red State says 13-0. Dalton says, grow the mullet, Joe. Do it. Just do it. Red State said, how would we like to go into the ACC tournament on a 20-game winning streak? Wouldn't hate it. Look, me and Dalton, with a couple other people were talking about yesterday, there's the opportunity to where we could win more games this year than we won last year, the year before, and Chris Max last year combined.
God.
That's just crazy to think about.
Go ahead and give, if that happens, give Kelsey a 10-year contract extension. Go ahead and lock this. Give him the lifetime contract.
Anthony says, if nothing else, it lets a mint know he's really wanted here. That's got to leave an impression. 2 seed in the ACC, I'll take it. Absolutely. Tom Jeffries, we can win 10 out of 13, definitely 16-4. He's been doing the analytics on this all day long. He's been running the numbers. Babu says it's all about the perception with the mint, not necessarily the amount, kind of like the people outside the hotel at midnight for Mikael Brown Jr. I will not confirm I was one of those people. I just did. Brandon says, would be a nice group if we could land Arenas, Mint, Brown, and Stokes. Stokes is not for this year, right? He's for the next year.
2026. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm not anticipating us landing Arenas at all. When I saw Kelsey versus May, I wanted the dog, not the coward. PK for me. Okay. What's up, babe? A bunch of what's ups and hello and all this good stuff. Let's get back with great banter right there.
I got a question. I was thinking about this.
No, it's not normal for Shawn to be 42 and
I know that. I wouldn't have to ask that.
oh, okay.
I know our men and our women's teams have the same record. I feel
they?
like, yeah, I feel like every time we've lost, they've lost the same week. And every time, like, if we won a game, they won the game.
Are all their losses still to ranked teams? The women's. I know the men's are.
Yes.
Yes. Well, the men's aren't anymore technically because Oklahoma fell out and
No, they were ranked when we played them. So
when they played them, yeah. But I'm saying to ranked teams.
that's how it works. When you lose to a ranked team, they were ranked. So that's how we're going to count that. But still no sign from Sam. This is why I don't like to, have people like him do the podcast. Bus drivers, not anything else. Thoughts on in chat. I want you all to answer this too. Thoughts on Corin and Kaysen. Now, Corin's kind of been MIA. I've been reaching out trying to get some information on him. Not got a lot of feedback. Kaysen's made some public comments that make it seem like he may be open to coming back. What do you I hate saying that because it sounds so douchey. Fans out there, you let us know. Y'all let us know in the chat line, though. I'm going to go ahead and say it. What you all think. Shawn, you first. What do you think ultimately happens between the two?
I think Kaysen will probably end up back here. He seems to love it here. I know a lot of people were worried when they didn't see him on the bench a couple weeks ago, but he's back on the bench. He said some public comments that seem like he still loves it here. And I just think he will be back now with Corin Johnson. That's an interesting situation. You haven't seen him really, at least I've noticed, on the bench or near the bench. So I'm leaning to he probably won't be back, which kind of shocks me because I thought next year he would kind of step in that starting role. But just based on what I'm seeing right now, I don't think it'll be.
Yes, the Red State. Allie got the year wrong, but we all knew what he was talking about. And unlike other places, we don't do the whole, oh, you're wrong. This is really this. But you were wrong, Allie. It was really this. So could have been 97. Sweet 16 was in the Carrier Dome. Yep. Absolutely. Look, Allie knows his stuff. It may be a year or two off, but it is what it is. Do you guys on the chat line think Corin and Kaysen come back? Let us know. Lots of great tickets. Like the Yum should be filled up tomorrow. Sammy Aguiar bought 2,000 tickets. The Louisville Media Group that owns 93.9 and a couple other stations, they bought 1,000. All have been distributed and claimed. So that should be good. So that's really awesome time. I forgot to write something down. And last but not least, the new jerseys. Let us know what you all think about the Dirt Bowl jerseys. I love them. I think they are fantastic. They mix a little bit of the old school, the throwback jersey with some color accents to it, and I love them. What about you, Joe? You like them?
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking. I mean, I don't really get into all that, but just go out and play.
As smoke rolls from his face, Shawn.
Yeah. I always like different types of jerseys and stuff like that. And
Do you?
yeah, I like the old school ones, like the West Unseld throwbacks and
I have one of those at the house.
but this one I like the unique. It's just unique. It's very unique.
I'm going to be
And
honest
I
with
like
you.
unique.
What color was the jerseys?
One was white and it had like a bunch of different colors on the like stripe.
Trim.
Yeah, like trim.
He don't know about trim.
He doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know how many different colors. There's quite a few.
Okay. No, that's that. I mean, that tells you like I don't pay attention to that. That's why I was like, because I feel like one of the last couple games we wore a black jersey and shorts, didn't we? Maybe Virginia.
Yeah, the last game. No, it was Syracuse.
Okay.
Yeah, Syracuse was the
Okay.
black jerseys, and then the game before that was red jerseys
Okay.
on the roadway.
Men's basketball, women's basketball, volleyball, all losses were to ranked teams. Football would have been if it wasn't for Stanford. Allie was there. He was at the tournament. And yeah, Red State, we know you were just pointing out that Mabin was on the 98 team because I think
97, 98 was his first year.
Yeah, and this we're talking about the season before. Pryor coming back would be great. Experienced talent link shooter. Yes. Red State says definitely want Pryor back. Eric says, do we think Brown Jr. could discourage Corin from coming back? Definitely a possibility. I want Corin and Pryor back and Hadley if the rule gets him an extra year, like rumored.
Yeah.
Tony says, yeah, Red State and 5 was a baller. He was all right.
There's a lot of 5s that were ballers.
Five has been a really good number for U of L. I mean, Marcus is the only guard in history that has led 2 teams to 12-win seasons. But do you know the honestly God truth? Love you, Marcus. You know I gotta give you spit. Pause. Do you know that his career record at U of L is 84-84?
Wow.
Exactly 500. Not a lot of people can say that.
Perfect balance.
Perfect balance. Just like Marcus is on the radio every day from 10 to noon on ESPN 93.9 The Ville. Cheap pop. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead.
Hadley could come back.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the JUCO?
No, there's
thing?
another rule now where they're talking about. Now, I think he was a JUCO though, so that would fit.
He'd get those years back.
But there's also another rule they're thinking about enacting for next season for people to have an extra year. Just straight
Just
up.
period. You get
Yeah.
5 years
5
of
years.
eligibility.
Yeah.
So you end up with people if they play JUCO and then they get 5 years, you're talking about 25-year-olds pretty consistently.
Yeah.
Playing
If they can
hockey.
sign the NIL deals to do it, then more power to them.
Yep.
We're going to hit the commercial break. Sean's going to turn all the volume levels down. I don't know what he's doing over here. We'll be right back after the commercial. You idiot. We'll be right back after the commercial break. This is the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. Shout out to all of our fine sponsors, the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters. It's time. Located behind the El Nepal at 2745 Crittenden Drive. They're set up there all football season for the home game. Shout out to Bill, Garrett, Rhino, Craig, Kevin, Doc, and the crew. Rest in peace, Corrito, for a great time. Hit up the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters. For Peg's Beer Lounge, where every week is either Wings Day or the Ribs Day. On Wings Day, $20 all-you-can-eat jumbo smoked wings and $1.25 per wing all day long. On the Ribs Day, come get the best ribs in the Ville for just $25 all you can eat or $2 a bone all day long. Fitness Market. Contact our fine friends at Fitness Market to find out how they can furnish your dream at-home gym. From treadmills to saunas to weights, they have you covered. Planet Fitness. Shout out to Planet Fitness and Rick Cooper for helping us look sharp on the sidelines this summer. Great monthly deals for memberships as well. Check your local listings for a location near you. Cherry Pickin', a hoops-themed cold-pressed juice and smoothie bar inspiring you to take what's good. Conveniently located at 828 East Main Street behind the local seltzery. Tell them CSZ sent you for 15% off your total order. Shoot 360, a premier state-of-the-art basketball training facility with highly skilled trainers. Call 515-6556 and sign up today. Great value all around. And if you go to shoot360.com, you can pre-register for a free workout. Come to Shoot 360, the world's most advanced basketball training facility. Rally House. Check out our friends at the Jefferson Mall. Lisa, Dee, Rico, Amanda, and the crew. Tell them Cardinal Sports Zone sent you. They'll make sure you get taken care of really well. Rally House. Our house. Your house. Rally House. Local stuff. Last but not least, our fine friends at Mossy Oak and Hart Properties. If you are in the market to buy or sell farms, land, recreational, or residential areas in the state of Kentucky, let Paul or one of their team of professionals at Mossy Oak and Hart Realty help you out with all your buying and selling needs. Call Paul at 270-537-4422 or email him at pthomas@mossyoakproperties.com. Mossy Oak, we know land. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast here on the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast Network. I'm your host, Jeremy Wallman, here with Joe Wallman, and the dependable, as always, Shawn Barber. As we do, coming back from commercial, we want to remind you all that we've got the YouTube subscriptions, the YouTube gifts. Go to spencerstand.com. Our guy, Spencer Legg, number 55, coincidental, for the Louisville Cardinals men's basketball team, has his story of how he overcame being a Division I athlete with type 1 diabetes. Just his mission statement. He's got several options for NIL. I think for $10, you can have a 1-hour streaming session with him. For $50, for 2 hours, you get to go to the brand new Bud Olson gymnasium, formerly known as, it's probably still known as the Cooper Center, inside the Cooper Center, and shoot around with him and whoever else happens to be there. And the third option is for $50 a ticket, you can have a 3-hour game day experience. You're in there before the game in the locker room. You're there after the game in the locker room. Premium seats during the game, $50. Go to spencerstand.com. Sign up for your packages today. And guys, before we head forward, we have to go over the hottest segment sweeping the nation, even though his nether regions aren't. It's our guy, Shawn. And did Shawn get action this week?
No.
No yeet. We'll get to that.
Okay, I just want to. I'm curious. So
Shawn,
here.
At the end of the show. So we got segment 3, which we're gonna, since Sam's not here to talk about all the stuff he had for women's basketball, we're gonna replace segment 3. Y'all can ask us anything. We'll answer it. Segment 4 is our rapid fire, and segment 5, as always, is our last words. And Shawn fumbled the ball big time. And we're going to talk about it just a little bit.
No idea.
A little bit. His life could be way different.
Wow.
I'm gonna give one hint. Cardinal Hall of Fame Cafe. And we'll leave it at that for right now. So ask us anything right now. We'll get to you. Kyler Holt Riddle. I want to see Hadley come back so bad. Red State says, look, guys, I'm going on 61 years old, and my memory is so I need to refresh my memory every once in a while. Allie calls him a youngster. Love that. I would love to get Hadley back for another season as well. Daniel, what's good, man? It's our guy, Daniel Garcia. So, again, I want to bring this up really quick before we go into our – we're also going to do in segment 3, we're going to do a little Virginia pregame. But I'm trying to remember, what is it? So, I believe it's February 8th versus Miami is the 20-year reunion of the 2004-2005 Final Four team. Everybody but Terrence Farley has RSVP'd. He's got to work that day. He's trying to get the day off. So hopefully he'll be there too. But Daniel, you were a student manager for that team, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. I know you were one there at some point, but also a big fan of Rick Pitino. Big Rick Pitino fan. So related.
Is that Rick going to be there?
Daniel, we need the scoop, man. Here on the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. Your family is Rick Pitino going to be there? Let us know. They're talking. I did talk to Redacted the other day, and he said they're trying to get Rick to come. They don't have a game Saturday. Rick and them play Friday night. So I'm not saying that they are. I'm not saying that they're not. Wes Keys, who is working on the line right now, says, I hope that extra year rumor is true because Rain could also come back. That would be pretty cool.
All the seniors could pretty much come back then, right?
Did all the seniors play in JUCO? I don't know.
Well, no. We're talking about the fifth-year rule. What they're talking about.
Giving everybody 5. Oh, yeah, you're right. They did that. Okay.
Now, I don't know because some of these guys, I think, are technically like 6th year because they were like red shirt and they played.
Okay.
So
sure.
It would be 6th year next year. But
I don't think Chucky is, though.
I don't think he is.
This is his 4th year of college basketball.
That'd be interesting, man.
Babu says, can our guy Court Dennison coach wide receivers? Just thinking out loud. Allie wants to know if Rain played JUCO. No, it's the other rule they're talking about. Kyler Holt Riddle says if Corey Calker is committed, that should tell you all you need to know about Corin coming back next season, in his opinion. Isn't Hepburn only at 4 years too? Eric's talking about what y'all are talking about. If they straight up did an extra year, he could be back too. It's crazy. Rain, I think the extra year is for no. So, as Shawn has just corrected me, there was one amendment that was passed for JUCO players.
Yes.
To get their JUCO playing time back. A second one this week, I believe. Was it this week?
No, it hasn't been approved yet. They're talking.
Was proposed to give every athlete 7 years to play 5.
Yeah.
So that's 2 separate things. Tony, so I'm not trying to don't think Rain. He could come back under the 5th rule thing. I think everybody could come back. I'm not sure on that though. I didn't say that though. Red State said, hey, Allie, I forgot about some of those guys like Kevin Smiley and Tobiah Hopper. Autocorrect don't like Rain. Red, they were a great overachieving squad. Absolutely. Probably could get a medical red shirt and JUCO. Hadley could get the JUCO thing, but they're talking about implementing just the extra year. Absolutely. Brian Hopgood, my man.
I think Hopgood went to D3 after Louisville. And
Jesus Christ. Tony Bowman said, hey, Shawn, buddy, Copperfit makes great wristbands.
Oh, jeez.
I see Johnson is more of a 2-guard, not a problem with Brown. Is Shawn scared of women?
Yes.
Very great question.
Yes.
Wesky says no, but if they give it, okay, they're just correcting or not correcting each other, but informing each other. Wes, are Are you related to Jimmy Keys? Are you related to Alicia Keys is what I want to know about. I don't care about that.
I just want to hold. Sorry.
Maybe. I come from a big family, says Wes. Big family of water drinkers, I was told. Red State says Chucky is a defensive nightmare. Wes, you been rocking your new CSZ hat, man? I hope so. I drove all the way down there to give it to you. Allie says Wesley Jimmy would be about 75 from Owensboro, but okay, y'all are just doing family.
Doing a family treat.
It's a family affair. Sorry, not copywritten, hopefully. So again, tomorrow. Anybody want to guess? Shawn, Joey, what do you think the line is right now?
I would say it's probably close to double digits, if not double digits.
I want to say 7.5 Louisville.
I'm going to say 11.5 Louisville.
16 Louisville.
Wow.
I love it.
Louisville, the predictor poll from ESPN gives us an 88% chance of winning. Right now, Isaac McNeely is their leading scorer with 11 points per game. 72% free throw shooter. Normally, your leading scorer shoots a little bit higher free throws. Let me go back to ours. Chucky is our leading scorer at 15.6, 83% free throw shooter. Their leading rebounder, Jacob Kofi, 5.4 rebounds, 1.7 offensive rebounds a game. Our leading rebounder is Javon Hadley, 7.8 rebounds, 2.4 offensive rebounds per game. And our leading assist guy, Chucky Hepburn, 5.7 assists per game, 3 turnovers a game. And their leading assist guy, Andrew Rode, 3.5 assists per game, 2.1 turnovers per game, 30 minutes played per game. So it's
we got five guys averaging doubles, so that's pretty impressive.
Just seems unselfish.
Chucky 5.7 assists a game and 2.5 steals a game. That's ridiculous.
So he makes up for any turnovers. He makes up for it immediately because of his steals.
And this may sound like a hot take, but I'm going to also predict that we have a 6th guy by the end of the season averaging double digits. And
James Scott.
Well, but one of those 5 averaging double digits is case in prior.
True.
He only played 7 games. But so I think we'll probably have 5 by the end of the year that are averaging in double digits. Let's see. Any other?
That just tells you, though,
James Scott averaging almost a block per game.
Yeah. But that tells us everything we need to know, that the wise guys in Vegas are like, Virginia ain't got nothing for Louisville.
If you're a betting person, it'd be a good time for you to put your money on Louisville right now, because we talked at the beginning of the year. We're like, well, we think the team's good, but they got to prove it to us. And then we lost a game to a ranked team, and then played decent, then lost a game. So the consistency wasn't there. 2025 has been the year of consistency for Louisville, and excuse me, get a little burpy because of all the fluids I'm drinking. And not to take any, because it's Sam's responsibility as the women's basketball team, and he's not here. So we don't have anything for, but I will say this. The way the women's basketball team's playing right now, they give you that feeling that they're going to be the team in the NCAA tournament that makes an unforeseen run. And it wouldn't shock me at all for the women to be in the Final Four this year. It really wouldn't.
It wouldn't be. I'll tell you what, that Tajana Roberts, she's a star in the making. I
think Shawn just tries to mess up people's names every week.
Yeah. Well,
Tamatanga. I just did some quick math, and I didn't realize. I knew we were
Fridays are not
on
nights for
the men's team. We're averaging almost 13 offensive rebounds a game.
Yeah, that's really been the difference.
That's where That's when kids care, that they're fighting, they're clawing, they're scrapping, and they're getting after it. You get those offensive rebounds. They're scrappy.
I think we're all shocked they're such a good rebounding team, because we all thought we were undersized. There's no way we'll be able to hang with
positioning.
They're
blocking out, coaching.
Also, really quick before we head out of here, which we still got a whole other segment to go, but we are offering these. Everybody, hold your cups up. We've got the new Cardinal Sports Zone line of coffee mugs. You can get them in this size, a bigger size, and a jumbo size. If you're interested, shoot me an email at the email in the bottom left-hand corner. Joey's kind of using his, and we'll get you the information. We're not going to sell them for a profit because we're for the people, by the people. So you give me the order, I'll place the order, and we'll get her done. Segment 4, rapid fire. Okay, Higgy sent me this, so there's a chance that AI wrote half of it and Megan wrote the other half. The U of L track and field teams combined for 10 podium finishes and 4 event wins. No way he wrote this. To close competition at the Bellarmine Open on Friday at the Norton Healthcare Sports and Learning Center. Maya Falmer took home event victories in both the women's 60-meter hurdles and women's high jump to continue her stellar start to her sophomore campaign, clocking a personal best time of 8.78 in the hurdles. 8.78 what? I don't know. So maybe he didn't write it.
8.878 seconds.
It doesn't say that, so I have no idea.
It's probably, I think it's a 40.
No, and clearing the bar of 1.61 meters to tie her personal record in the event. The University of Louisville has officially named the men's basketball. We've already went over that, so shout out to Bill Olson, great dude. Louisville women's basketball team. Okay, here's Louisville women's basketball team 13-5, 6-1 ACC. So you actually got it right this time. Fought hard in a 72-62 victory over Syracuse Thursday night at the Yum Bucket. With the win over the Orange, the Cards take both games of their short homestand and become the second ACC team to win 6 conference games so far this season. Louisville's won its last 7 games and 6 in a row against ACC opponents dating back to December 15th. U of L men's soccer standout Josh Jones will be staying in Louisville to start his professional career. The 2-time Louisville captain has signed a contract with Louisville City FC of the USL Championship pending league and federation approval. Yep, that's him. While the U of L student athletes continue to perform at a high level on the field, they're also excelling in the classroom, with 559 student athletes achieving athletic director's honor roll status in the fall semester. The honor roll recognizes student athletes with at least a 3.0 grade point average for the semester. U of L student athletes combined to produce a 3.390 GPA for the 2024 fall semester, making the 27th straight semester with a department-wide GPA of 3.0 or better. U of L right-handed pitcher Patrick Fords was ranked amongst the top juniors in the country for the 2025 season by Perfect Game. The Bowling Green native was number 19 on the list of top juniors for the 2025 season, one of 6 ACC players in the top 20. Jesus, all this news. University of Louisville true freshman running back Isaac Brown was named to the FWAA Freshman All-American team, the organization. That's not what he wrote, but that's what it's supposed to be. The organization announced on Tuesday he was honored as an all-purpose player. The 5'10" back becomes the 12th freshman to earn first-team freshman All-American accolades in school history. U of L outside hitter Anna DeBeer was named the Academic All-American Team Member of the Year for NCAA Division I volleyball, as selected by the College Sports Communicators. The University of Louisville, you don't have to keep saying the school. This is the Cardinal Sports Zone. U of L's Taylor Monroe and Madison Pickens have been named to the Softball America Freshman to Watch list announced by the organization today. U of L's baseball program has had 3 students ranked amongst the top 101 sophomores in the country by Perfect Game. Zion Rose, Parker Detmers, and Lucas Moore were amongst the best second-year players in the country headed into the 2025 season. Hickey did his thing. I mean, I can't hate on him. Sam, what did you do tonight? Relax. Okay, I bet you did. Again, make sure you sign up for his app. You can check. I think he's got hourly schedules on it. Isn't it called Cash App? I don't know. Please support our photographers: Jeff Nunn, TJ Bard, Justin Kruger, Keith Russell. As always, sponsorship opportunities, bottom left-hand corner. We probably had the best photography team, and that's not a slight to anybody else, but those 4 just make magic with the camera. Tune into the show every Friday night, 11:05. That's our normal time slot for the foreseeable future. Obviously, we can always change it. Stay tuned to our social media and subscribe to us on YouTube or Facebook to be alerted anytime we go live, even though we prefer YouTube. You can find the audio version on over 125 podcast avenues in all: Apple, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Spotify, TuneIn, Google, Amazon, iHeart, hit subscribe, like, heart, plus sign, or whatever it is that Shawn does on the weekend. Hit it now. Get everything downloaded straight to your phone or PC. If you haven't listened to all the prior episodes of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, it's easy to find. Go to cardinalsportszone.com, go to the podcast tab, podcast drop-down menu, and select CSZ Podcast. It's really so easy that who's somebody stupid we know? Never mind. It's super easy. Check out our exclusives on cardinalsportszone.com, the place it all begin. Shout out to everybody who's out there sharing the podcast. We appreciate and love you guys. Shout out to our guys Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage, doing the Lord's work Monday through Friday from 10 to noon most of the time on ESPN 939 The Ville. Shout out to our guy Dalton, who he's got a Monday night show from 6 to 7 on the Big X. It's called Mondays with Mondays with Dalton Pence. Make sure you check it out. Shout out to our guys at the 502 Circle who are really showing out for the school and stuff. We appreciate you guys. Social media wise, Shawn, where can they find you at? And we're going to go to the chat line here in a second before we wrap up our last words.
At Elville Shawn.
And where can they find you on Instagram, Shawn? Give them both out.
sbarb06.
Now, do you have your set up to where anybody can follow you, or do you have to approve it?
I think anybody can follow me.
Shawn's open for DMs. Joey, what about you? How can they find you on social media?
Joe Wallman 526.
I'm Jeremy_CSZ. The website.
Mine's wide open too.
The website's ads are all below. So are the payments stuff. Let's see. All right, here we go. Chris Curry. I listened to a Razorback podcast last night, and they were fussing about things they didn't know that we've been knowing for years. They are not happy at all. The chicken is spoiled already. Wesley says Alicia's real last name isn't Keys, LOL. Oh, really?
And it didn't have two E's anyway.
No. No, it didn't. Did it?
No. Keys.
I thought so. 55 and wearing it to the game tomorrow. You better. Allie says y'all better pack the house, raise the roof. Last game was 8.5, so they're saying we win by 45 tomorrow. Maybe. Robert's predictions, Louisville by 20 over Virginia. I think it's going to be hard to not at least match what we did the other day because we'll be at home. The energy will be high. The mistakes will be amplified on their part. We'll force some unforced errors. We'll get our predictions here in a second. Chris Curry says 76-61 Cards. Virginia gets some buckets at garbage time. Allie says, I think Virginia has something special for us. Fouls could be a key to the game. I still think Waterman will step up, says Tony. Maybe it's just hope, but you know it's there. He's 1 for 4. Just make sure. Again, I'll explain this again. This is the CSZ H2O equation. If he hits, he's 1 for 4. So if he hits number 4 and then it hits number 5, he's missing 6, 7, and 8. They can't be consecutive. Or if he hits 1 and 2, he's missing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's just the way it is. Eric says the Virginia SMU game the other day was wild. Yep.
3 at the buzzer.
Robert says Virginia lost, but last second shot against SMU. Yeah. If we can beat SMU in Wake, that'll give us second place tiebreaker over the next 6 top ACC teams. Best viewers on. Okay, that is a spam. So let's go ahead and bloop bloop. If the refs would leave Waterman alone, maybe he can get into a rhythm in the flow. His rhythm is 1 for 4. Red State says they're not standing around watching the ball bounce out of bounds and hoping the refs make the right call. Absolutely. Eric says they've been calling some wild stuff. Allie Jack says good point. 50-50 balls, we get 75%. SMU is going to be tough tasks. Anthony says it's like they've been singling him out before they even tip off. Allie Jack I saw UCF versus Arizona State with Jaden Quaintance. UCF is good. I think SMU is our last quad one as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think SMU will be tough. Well, we're not previewing SMU. I'm just kidding. It looked like a pretty clean. It did. It really did. If we beat SMU, sky's the limit. Not concerned about SMU. I'm trying to catch up to the chat line, but y'all won't shut up. I'm just kidding. Eric's more worried about Wake than SMU. So is Anthony. Also, round 2 with FSU is going to be a battle. That would be one that I would say that there's a chance that but it's also here, right?
Yes.
So that really is the equalizer. 13 left. They all make me nervous, but we could win them all. Got to keep working. I'm confident we will. Phil the Yum says Tony. Anthony says FSU is playing better and they have good size. Pause. They were playing good, though, before we beat them, too. They were close to, weren't they like top 30, top 40 when we beat them? I'm pretty sure.
I think they're a 500 team right now, aren't they?
Yeah, they weren't very good this year.
Oh, I
But
think they
they're
were.
starting
Look
to
it
get
up. I
involved.
think they were at the beginning of the season.
They may have been.
Robert says Pittsburgh round 2 is going to be tough. FSU looks good against Pitt.
That's
Is
at
the
home.
Pittsburgh game here too?
The Pitt game's here.
Okay, so all these that we're talking
We got
about,
Virginia, Pitt. We got those games here. We've
Right.
already beat them on the road.
yeah. If we're not up 20 during the game, I'm nervous no matter the opponent. Facts. Just win tomorrow, fellas. I'll worry about the next team when it comes. And that's what this team is doing. That's why they're successful. Pitt FSU game. Fake smoke fight makes me proud of our guys. And we dodged a big bullet with Ballo and Hawkins. Big facts. FSU is 14-5, said Anthony.
Oh,
I saw 12-5.
That's still not 500 slaps.
no, that's just what I thought.
Yeah.
Baco and
It's
Starling, too.
Somebody else. that
Sterling, I
I'm
think
thinking
he
of.
means. Yeah. But I still think one of y'all were looking at FSU.
Yeah, I'm looking right now to see who they've beaten.
I think that they were. What my point is I want to know what their record was when we played them because I'm thinking they were fairly decent. Last words, Shawn. I'm gonna let you go first, which is something you've not heard a whole lot. What are your last words?
It's murking season in the Ville. Tomorrow, Virginia, we're gonna murk you. It's over for you. We're gonna bury your program.
I'm sorry I can't say it in the tune, but we will. We will murk you. Murk you.
They were 8-0 when they played us. I think no 8. Let's see, 8-1, 8-2.
So they're a pretty good team when they played. Was my point. So I'm not
10-2 when we.
10
Yeah.
So they were close to top 25 when we beat them. So they've lost 3 games since that. So I'm not really worried. I'm not worried about any of these teams at home.
Oh, Syracuse that was 500. Never mind.
I'm a little more worried because we play better on the road than at home. But as the fans start to fill up the seats, I think that'll change. Joey, last words.
Maryland sucks.
Sure.
My Steelers are out, but I'm always going to be a Lamar fan. So I wish for good things for him this weekend. I
Who
think
do they have? I
the
forgot.
Bills. I think this game decides the MVP.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't because Lamar should be in first place. It just is what it is. Anybody can tell me what they want.
By a country mile, he's the best.
Yeah, I mean, 4,000 yards passing, almost 1,000 yards rushing, 40 touchdown passes. What 4 interceptions? 2 against the Steelers.
We intercepted them.
Twice. He had 4 interceptions total. 2 against us.
I thought we intercepted them twice the first game and once the second. But
either way, now don't get me wrong. Any other year, Josh Allen, his stats this year would have him up there. But I know a lot of people have been talking about, oh, well, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry still got almost 2,000 yards rushing. That has nothing to do with what Lamar did.
no.
Lamar ran for almost 1,000 yards, passed for 4. That has nothing to do with, his running game. Lamar rushed for almost 1,000 yards himself. Like he could have got 1,000 more from really 1,000 yards anymore for a running back ain't nothing.
Well, think about this. In that Steeler game, they had that one play where they showed the highlight of it, and you have 3 Steelers go with Lamar
Mm-hmm.
and open up Derrick Henry a big old lane to run for a touchdown.
Yeah, we know, Shawn. We were watching that, and thanks for bringing up
Sorry.
painful memories.
Sorry.
Your team didn't make the
How
playoffs.
did the Bears do in
Yeah.
the playoffs?
Oh, the Bears they didn't do very well at all. They didn't
Y'all
make
didn't
the
even get
playoffs.
Vrabel, bro.
And now we're talking about getting freaking Mike McCarthy, and that might make me.
Hey, I don't know if you will. I think we're going to get him for our offensive coordinator.
Well, that's fine. We'll take Ben Johnson. Thank you.
You're not getting Ben Johnson either.
We'll take Todd Monken then.
Sean Barber
We might get Adam Gase.
If we get Adam
For what?
Gase,
For head coach or
if we get Adam Gase,
for head coach? Are we talking head coach?
yeah, head coach.
You've got a better chance of getting the head coaching position than any of those guys that you just mentioned. Was that all your last paragraph?
I'm waiting for
it's coming next. Unlike
Cardinal
Shawn.
Hall of Fame. I think I know this story, and I can't believe he doesn't remember it. I wasn't even there.
No, you weren't even
But
there.
I think I've heard this story before.
The rest of the crew was. As always, if you need a little motivation, you're trying to lose some weight. I don't post it everywhere, but on Instagram at Jeremy_CSZ, I'm posting my daily progress. It helps keep me accountable, helps keep me motivated. So if you'd like to follow that, follow me on Instagram, Jeremy_CSZ. First, I want to point out that Nolan and Shayna's baby boy Kai is a week old, and he has still had just as much action as Shawn. But Shawn's fumble, okay? So, and again, once a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, we used to do these. This was at the very beginning of Cardinal Sports Zone, so 2012. It wasn't after the national championship. It was prior to that, but it was after December of 2012. When did Memo pass away? 2012 or 2011? 2011. Okay. So then it was the year 2012 because we established the site in December of 2011. We've been talking about it before. Like I had told Memo about it and that we were going to get it started. Nevertheless, so in 2012, we were getting together for the football games. For the away games at the Cardinal Hall of Fame Cafe. This one time we had this amazing waitress. Her name was Sarah. And she was probably, shut the door, one of the hottest females I'd ever seen at that point. And she was nice. She was flirting with Shawn. But, waitresses do that, right? They flirt. And Shawn was like, oh, she's not flirting with me. She didn't. No, yeah, she is flirting with you. So fast forward. I'm working last night and I get a call from Sam. And he says, what was that girl's name at the Cardinal Hall of Fame Cafe? If anybody would know, it would be you. I said, well, her name was Sarah. He said, oh my God, Shawn effed up real bad. And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, I'm here with one of her ex-boyfriends. And he's one of the nerdiest people I ever met. And he told me if Shawn, and we left Shawn's phone number on that receipt. He said if Shawn would have called, he would have absolutely scored with Sarah.
Did she ever call you or text you?
No.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Would you have answered?
Well, yeah.
Oh, we don't. Bro, man, he would have been 30 at that point. Imagine that you're a Marvel guy. What is it? The Timeline Authority?
The TV.
You got these the TVA, yeah. You got these alternate timelines. Just think, yours would have branched off this way, bro. Ooh. God, Sarah, if you're listening,
Sam can probably get us connected.
Yeah.
Steelers fans love Shawn. No, we don't. I was proud of my Rams for not passing on. Listen, I'm still mad. We speaking of, did McGee take? Yeah, McGee took the best of luck to him. Great dude. One of my favorite.
We were talking about that. Who wouldn't take the opportunity to coach with Bill Belichick?
Chris, I'm with Shawn. I'm Steelers fan too. Yada yada yada. Shawn is a gentleman, but oh my God, this girl was like maybe Tiffany Stratton type flawless, but she was dark haired, and she had it all. She had the bang, she had the boom, she had the pow.
Boom, ping, pow.
She had all of them. She had all of them.
Finest girl you seen in there in all 5 years of middle school.
Listen. So for next week, we're gonna start doing a little thing. We want you all to we're gonna do it during the what do I call it? The waiting room. So from 11 to 11:05, we're gonna have the waiting room. And I've already got next week's question. We want you all to give us your funniest nicknames for Shawn's situation. Gone with the Wind.
Oh, no.
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
Get over here. No, it's Scorpion, ain't it?
The Plateau.
That's what we need him to do. We need him to go from Sub-Zero to Scorpion. Or Liu Kang. Like when he does the bicycle kick. And they get a little.
We're going to ask you, get them ready now. We want you to work all week on the funniest nicknames that you can come up with. They could be movie titles, song titles, characters.
Be careful on the song titles, movie title. You don't want to get copyrighted.
No, they won't.
Okay.
Not if I say them in a certain tone.
Okay. If you just say them like
If
this.
I say it like this, then I'll sound stupid, but so will Shawn's genitalia.
Gone with the Wind.
Hunger Haynes. Like any of them. Come up with something.
Shaw Spank Redemption.
Oh my God.
Oh,
The
my
longest yard. The shortest. Never mind.
God. The river runs dry by Boys to Men.
Yeah.
Any of those that y'all come up with. Don't say them now though. Don't do it. Don't do it. Better not. Absolutely. We'll go ahead and flick through a couple more of these comments. Get tired of talking. I never thought I'd say that. Listen, come up with y'all's funniest Shawn takes. We'll read them. Shawn, you're a great sport, but we only joke because we love you. 2 weeks away, right? Indianapolis, Indiana. WWE presents the Royal Rumble. The CSZ bloodline will be in the building. So
That
you
night
don't have
before-
to acknowledge us.
That night before, we need to do
The night before,
a wrestling pot. Like,
can everybody get here at 7:00 so we can do a Royal Rumble preview before the show? And
I'm always here before 7 anyway.
Yeah,
I know,
could
but
be here.
Shawn's not.
Yeah, I could be here.
All right, 7:00 wrestling fans, Royal Rumble preview next Friday, directly after Land the SmackDown.
No, it'd be
2 Fridays.
Yeah.
2 Fridays, sorry. 2 Fridays. Well, y'all, so
January 31st.
yeah, 2 Fridays from now, we'll do the Royal Rumble preview show. After SmackDown, we'll do our normal Cardinal Sports Zone podcast preview and then get to bed so we can get up early and head to Naptown. That's what they call it, right? Naptown, or is that
Yes.
Cincinnati?
Yeah,
I can't keep them.
SmackDown.
They all look alike to me. What is KOFOB? KOFOB. I know.
KAFOB. I don't know what that is.
What is GTFO? I mean, like.
I'm usually the king of acronyms because
Okay.
GFY. I know. I'm looking.
What is OPP?
I'm gonna cheat.
He's
Don't
just
see.
I gotta
What
know.
is KAFOB? KFOB? Losing the first 2 games of the season by the same score. Absolutely Titanic.
I think they were trying to say kayfabe. Maybe.
Kayfabe, is that what you're talking about, Allie? That's a great guess, Joey. It might be it. Kayfabe in wrestling is just telling the truth, right? Or
No,
trying to hide the truth.
yes.
Keeping the story real.
Yeah. It's like it's a work.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kayfabe. Joey got it. Ding, 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 ding. Kayfabe is like, let's say, Cody Rhodes.
being dead.
Yeah. Like he wouldn't talk to people in public. You walk around with his eyes rolled back. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens are friends in real life, but they can't go out in public without acting like they're enemies. So that's what kayfabe is. It's protection.
Until about 5
Protection of the
years
business.
ago, 5-6 years ago, if you were a heel, you couldn't be out in public hanging out with
The good guys.
babyface.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. 2 weeks, wrestling pre-show, Cardinal Sports Zone post-show. As always, we appreciate you guys. For Joey, for Shawn, for myself, we hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks again for all the support. We love you all. Until the next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. Buy the mugs, by the way. Buy the mugs. Hit me up in the email address below. Pay attention.